Ever watch an anime where the main character could obliterate everyone but chooses to play weak? Today we're counting down 10 rare gems where our MCs are secretly broken beyond belief. Let's dive in. Kicking off with number 10, Iris Zero. Okay, so Iris Zero hits different because it's basically the reverse Uno card of supernatural anime. In this world, everyone's born with irises that give them special abilities. Think future sight, lie detection, all that cool stuff. Our boy Toru, he's got nothing, zero powers. Gets bullied for it constantly. But here's the twist that makes this show brilliant. Toru's developed god-tier observation skills and deductive reasoning that make him basically Sherlock Holmes on steroids. He solves problems everyone with actual powers can't figure out, but he keeps acting like he's just some regular student stumbling through life. The manga goes harder than the anime adaptation, which unfortunately only got a few episodes, but what's there is genuinely compelling. Toru's whole vibe of I'm just a powerless loser while secretly being the smartest person in every room. Chefs? Wait, no, it's genuinely satisfying to watch. The psychological warfare he pulls off while maintaining his weak persona makes this an underrated gem that deserved way more episodes. This is Emma's Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Sliding to number 9. My instant death ability is so overpowered. This anime's title literally spoils the entire premise, and I respect that energy. Yogiri Takato gets transported to a fantasy world where he immediately discovers he can kill anything, and I mean anything, just by wanting it dead. Gods? Concepts? Dead. That one annoying isekai protagonist trope? Yogiri could probably kill that too. But instead of going full power trip mode, this absolute legend acts completely disinterested and bored with everything. He's constantly downplaying his abilities while accidentally murdering demon lords who thought they were hot stuff. The comedy comes from everyone underestimating this sleepy-looking dude right before they cease existing. It's basically One Punch Man, but with instant death instead of punching, and Yogiri has even less emotional investment in the chaos around him. The anime adaptation stays faithful to the light novel's ridiculous power scaling, where the MC is so broken that the plot has to work around him instead of the other way around. Watching villains talk themselves up for 5 minutes only to get deleted from existence never gets old. Landing on number 8, Akudama Drive. Now this one's spicy because it flips the script entirely. Our ordinary person protagonist gets accidentally caught up with a crew of elite criminals called Akudama in a cyberpunk dystopia that looks like Blade Runner had a baby with Danganronpa. She's literally just a regular civilian who happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, but she starts pretending to be a dangerous criminal to survive. The hilarious part? She's so good at faking it, these actual psychopathic murderers and hackers believe she's the most dangerous one among them. Her acting weak while everyone thinks she's secretly terrifying creates this constant tension that's both funny and genuinely stressful. The show itself is a visual masterpiece, with Studio Pierrot going absolutely feral with the animation and neon aesthetics. Sure, she's not overpowered in the traditional sense, but her ability to manipulate perceptions and survive impossible situations through pure improvisation, that's a different kind of power. Plus, the story goes to some wild places that I won't spoil. But let's just say this anime doesn't play it safe. Looking at number 7, Magical Circle Guru Guru. This is old school parody gold that anime fans need to appreciate more. Guru Guru takes every classic JRPG and fantasy anime trope, throws them in a blender, and makes fun of all of them, while somehow still being a legitimate adventure story. Our hero Nike is supposed to be the prophesied hero, but he's hilariously incompetent and keeps getting overshadowed by Kukuri, the mage girl with ridiculously powerful magic she barely understands. The show constantly plays with the expectation of Nike being the strong hero when really he's just along for the ride while trying to look cool. The humour feels like watching someone roast Dragon Quest for 45 episodes straight, but with genuine heart underneath. The 2017 remake updated the animation while keeping that chaotic energy that made the original beloved. Characters constantly break the fourth wall, mock video game logic, and undercut dramatic moments with perfect comedic timing. If you've ever played an RPG and thought this is kind of ridiculous, Guru says, hold my healing potion, and goes all in on that energy. Cruising to number 6, the Eminence in Shadow. Finally, an isekai that understands the assignment. Sid Kageno is living his best life pretending to be a background character while secretly LARPing as the leader of a shadow organization fighting a cult. Except plot twist, everything he makes up for his roleplay fantasy turns out to be actually real, and he has no idea. This man is out here giving dramatic speeches about ancient conspiracies he completely invented, and his followers are like, yes, Lord Shadow is so wise, while he's internally just vibing and thinking he's the greatest actor alive. The accidental god tier moves he pulls off while thinking everyone's just playing along with his delusions? Comedy platinum. Sid genuinely believes he's weak and hiding his normal power level when he's literally rewriting reality with his magic. The animation from Nexus went surprisingly hard, especially those shadow magic sequences that look absolutely gorgeous. This show satirizes isekai power fantasies while simultaneously being one, and that self-aware energy makes it phenomenally entertaining to watch. Hitting number 5, Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered, but overly cautious. Seiya Ryuguin is what happens when you give someone maximum stats but also crippling paranoia. This dude will grind levels in his room for weeks, prepare 12 backup plans for a beginner slime, and nuke villages to make sure threats are definitely, absolutely, 100% dead. Goddess Restarte summoned him thinking she got the perfect hero, but instead she got someone who treats every encounter like a Dark Souls boss fight on maximum difficulty. The genius here is that Seiya acts weak and unprepared to everyone around him, while secretly being absurdly overpowered and overprepared for literally everything. He'll pretend he needs time to train when he's already strong enough to solo the Demon King. The comedy comes from watching this goddess slowly lose her mind dealing with his excessive caution, while Seiya's paranoia keeps accidentally being justified. The show also has some genuinely emotional gut punches later that recontextualize his entire personality in ways I won't spoil. It balances hilarious comedy with surprising depth, making it way better than the premise suggests. Reaching number 4, Trigun. Vash the Stampede has a $60 billion double-dollar bounty on his head and a reputation as the most dangerous man on the planet. Reality? This goofy pacifist refuses to kill anyone and acts like a bumbling idiot who can barely function. But when things get serious, Vash casually reveals he's an immortal plant being with reflexes so insane he can dodge bullets after they're fired and redirect entire arsenals without breaking a sweat. The whole act of being a cowardly goofball is his defense mechanism for dealing with literally centuries of trauma, which hits different when you realize the depth underneath. Trigun walks so other secret badass anime could run. The 1998 version is a classic that blends Western aesthetics with sci-fi weirdness, while Trigun Stampede gave it a modern redesign that divided fans but still captured Vash's core character. Watching him go from comedic relief to genuinely terrifying when someone threatens innocent people never stops being satisfying. The contrast between his silly persona and his real abilities is executed so well that it influenced countless anime that came after. Coming in at number 3, The Daily Life of the Immortal King. Chinese donghua don't get enough love, and this one absolutely slaps. Wang Ling is basically Saitama if Saitama wanted to be left alone even more and actually had to attend high school. This kid is so powerful he could accidentally destroy reality by showing emotions, so he wears a seal to suppress his abilities and acts like a completely average emotionless student. The show is self-aware about how overpowered he is and uses it for both comedy and surprisingly good action sequences. Wang Ling will be sitting in class dealing with homework while interdimensional threats show up, and he solves both problems with equal disinterest. The animation quality from Howlina's Animation League is legitimately impressive, especially during fight scenes where Wang barely moves but reality warps around him. His dad is also hilarious, a normal guy who somehow raised the most powerful being in existence and treats it like a minor parenting inconvenience. The show balances slice-of-life comedy with cultivation world craziness in ways that feel fresh compared to typical isekai power fantasies. Rolling in at number 2, Wistoria, Wand and Sword. Will Surfort attends a magic academy where he's the only student who can't use magic. Everyone mocks him, calls him worthless, and treats him like he doesn't belong. What they don't know? This absolute unit has trained his physical abilities to levels that break conventional power scaling. We're talking about a guy who compensates for zero magic by becoming so skilled with a sword that he can fight S-rank mages in close combat and win. The satisfaction of watching stuck-up magic users realise too late that this weak student just speed blitzed through their barriers is immaculate. The anime adaptation captured the manga's energy perfectly, with fight choreography that makes every sword swing feel impactful. Will's determination to reach his childhood friend who's at the top of the academy drives him to keep the act going while secretly being one of the strongest students there. It's got that underdog appeal mixed with the secret OP protagonist formula, and the execution makes it hit different from typical magic school anime. And taking number one, Rokudo's Bad Girls. Rokudo Toshio sees ghosts and has zero physical strength. He gets bullied constantly and is basically the definition of weak. But here's where it gets interesting. His family gave him a special item that makes delinquent girls instantly fall for him, and these girls will absolutely destroy anyone who threatens him. So Rokudo maintains his weak persona while accidentally building a harem of the scariest delinquents in school who act as his unknowing bodyguards. The comedy comes from him trying to stay low profile while these tough girls keep causing chaos trying to protect and impress him. It's like reverse harem meets supernatural comedy meets delinquent manga, and somehow it works. The manga has been running for years with consistent quality, and while it doesn't have a full anime adaptation yet, it deserves way more recognition. Watching Rokudo navigate dangerous situations while pretending he's not orchestrating everything through his supernatural charm ability creates this unique dynamic that feels fresh in the oversaturated rom-com genre. And that's our countdown of rare anime where the MC is secretly broken but plays weak. Which one surprised you most? Drop your favourite hidden OP protagonist in the comments below. If you enjoyed this list, smash that like button and subscribe for more anime deep dives. Until next time, stay cultured, anime fam.